Reading habit didn't relocate with me. Hello, Diaspora Confidence community. It is a happy new year. And yes, if you're just joining us, welcome in here. This is our first meeting for the year 2026 with the Diaspora Confidence community. And I'm more than excited to bring back this session again with us. Fridays, 10 a.m. West African time, where we come to share with you everything that can help you navigate your confidence in the diaspora. Hello, I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach. I help you master confidence smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, and of course, smart speaking. Today, we're having an amazing conversation. This is 2026. And if it feels like, hey, help me, coach, my reading habit didn't relocate with me, then this conversation is with you. It's for you today. Listen, before we continue, have you gone ahead to tag somebody that should be here? Have you told somebody that's on already? Hello, hi everybody, hi lovely, hi everybody. I can see you all. If you relocated to a new country and your reading habit quietly disappeared, this live today is dedicated for you. It means that what I'm going to be saying for the next few minutes is dedicated just for you. Not because you became lazy with your reading. Stop thinking that way. Stop it. Stop also thinking that you lost discipline since you relocated. No. Hello, Ivy. Hi, how are you? Stop also thinking that you have just suddenly stopped loving books. It is not true. It's not true. See, relocation is a big deal. I want you to understand it. Write it down. Keep it somewhere where you can see it. Accept this truth. Realize this unspoken hidden reality that relocation is a big deal. When your brain changes moods and you start noticing this when you relocate, realize that relocation is neurological. It's not just physical. Most of us don't understand that a lot of brain work happens to your brain each time you relocate. So relocation is neurological. It's not just physical. It's not just a physical transfer that happened to you. It is neurological. Relocation is not just new visas, new houses, new accents, new jobs. No, it is a neurological disruption. Please put it down in the comment section. Relocation is a neurological disruption. What that means is that relocation is a brain disruption. Yeah. Yes. Relocation is a brain disruption. Write it down. If you can know this and have this in the front of your mind, please don't have it at the back of your mind, you'll be able to breathe, understand, and just know how to now handle your brain now that it has been disrupted ever since you relocated. Relocation is a brain disruption. Thank you, I can see in the comment section. It's a brain disruption. A lot happens when you relocate. When you relocate, the truth is that a lot has changed. New rules, new roles as well, new pressure, new expectations. It's as if you're now in a space where you need to prove yourself again, where you need to prove your worth, where you need to show your value again. Your brain does not read in this kind of a situation. Your brain does not see all of this newness, new brain, new rules, new expectation, new pressure, new accent, new environment. It doesn't see it as growth. Let me tell you the truth. Your brain sees all of this newness as a threat. Write it down. Your brain sees all of this newness as a threat, as a threat, as a threat. And so when your brain senses threat, what happens? It shuts down. It goes into survival mode. So all of what is happening is that your brain is perceiving threat. And that threat is putting it in survival mode. So the question then should be, what does survival mode do to the brain? What does it do to reading? You are crying every day. You are screaming at the top of your voice, help me, relocation stole my reading from me. I cannot read anymore. I can't find my reading habit ever since I relocated. What happened is that since you relocated, survival mode is where your brain is now playing, and the last thing your brain wants to do is read in this mode. I'll be showing you about 6 hard truths about this as we go on this conversation. The truth is that in survival mode, your brain does not prioritize anything that feels like reading. Your brain literally just deprioritizes the stuff. Anything that is slow, anything that is quiet, anything that is reflective, anything that is non-urgent, your brain deprioritizes it because it is in survival mode. So in survival mode, you don't want to start making it feel like it's a threat. You don't want to start making it feel like it should be quiet. It should start reflecting. Your brain doesn't want all of that. Your brain doesn't want all of that. Reading falls directly inside this category of survival mode system when you relocate. So the truth is, yes, it feels like your reading habit disappeared ever since you relocated. The truth is that reading did not disappear because you changed the environment. What happens is that reading disappeared because your nervous system tightened. Your nervous system is in survival mode, so it is tightened. That's what is happening. So your brain just said, you know what? Let's stay alert first. We'll read later. Let's just survive first. I mean, is there a lot is happening right here? Let's just survive. So I want to show you 6 hard truths that no one tells you about relocation that happens to your brain as busy professionals. I'll be sharing with you 6 hard truths. Are you ready? If you're ready, put in the comment section for me. Ready? And then go ahead and call a professional that should be here with you today on this conversation. 6 hard truths no one tells you about relocation and its effect on your reading habit. Hard truth number 1. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, I can see the ready in the comment section. Let's go. Number 1, your brain did not forget reading. It suspended it. Do you know why the brain suspended it? Because at this point where it is now, reading is a luxury. Your brain is traumatized by reading right now. Reading is a luxury behavior to what's happening to your nervous system right now. In fact, your nervous system is saying, hey, safety first, growth later. Let's be safe first. Let's survive first. Growth later. Reading later. And the thing is, hey, busy professionals, the moment your brain doesn't feel safety, it cannot read. Hard truth, right? Yes. Now you may say, there was a time I was unsafe in school and I read and I went to write exams and I passed the exam. Yes, you passed the exam, but can you remember what you learned so far? Exactly. Reading, retention, reproducing with knowledge has a lot to do with how safe your brain feels about reading at the time. I need you to write this down in the comment section. No safety equals no reading. No safety equals no reading. That's a hard truth. Your brain doesn't feel safe. Your neurological system doesn't feel safe. Hard truth number 2. Forcing yourself to read after relocation trains your brain to hate books. Yes, I can say it in the comment section. No safety equals no reading. Yes. Hard truth number 2. Every time you force your brain to read after relocation, you're training your brain to hate books. You shouldn't be forcing yourself to read after you relocate. You should actually make your brain to feel safe around books first so that it can love books. Otherwise, to keep hating books. So each time you force reading while you are overwhelmed, while you are struggling with relocation, your brain links books with failure, pressure, overwhelm. That way you cannot read and remember. That way you cannot read and it sticks. And guess what? This is how reading trauma forms quietly. In my research with reading trauma, I found out that the most people dealing with reading trauma are those who relocated. Relocation causes you so many traumatic experiences, And one of the top on the list is, of course, reading trauma. Reading trauma. So what happens is that you do not lose your habit. You accidentally touch your brain that books equal stress. You touch your brain that, see, we're going through a lot. Don't come there. Don't come there. Before you know it, your brain begins to hate books. So you can't relocate, and what you're doing is to force your brain to start reading. No. That brain has gone through neurological disruption. That brain has gone through brain, like, do you know what relocation is? You think that it's only affecting you, your children, your marriage. It's affecting your nervous system. It's affecting your brain. It's affecting your brain. Hard truth number 3. Your environment changed, but you're keeping the same reading identity. I want to call you out, you busy professional. Why are you keeping the same reading identity that you used back at home now that your environment has changed? Your environment changed. A reading identity needs to change as well. Needs to change as well. Needs to change as well. Your reading identity needs to change as well. Old you read in familiarity. That is a different identity of you. You see, this new you is now living in uncertainty. So what new identity do you want to give to this uncertain you? You cannot use an old nervous system strategy when you're living in a new survival environment. No, it can't work. Yes, reading should be same standards, yeah? But different capacity. That's what I mean. Because if you try to do it and just do a mismatch, it will create guilt, not growth. It will create guilt. Do you know why you start telling yourself, Ronke, why are you doing this to yourself? Ronke, you were reading back at home. Ronke, and then you start feeling guilty. And you see that place of guilt, you cannot be consistent in a place of guilt. No. Consistency is only possible in a place of growth, in a sense of growth, in an identity that sees you as someone who wants to grow, not someone who is guilty of these times they missed out on growing. Do you see? So that's why that identity, a new identity for a new environment, write it down. A new environment requires a new identity. The environment where you are now is for you to sit with yourself and tell yourself, you know what? I think I've been traumatized with reading. I think I need to go through healing from reading trauma. I think I need to start telling myself that, hey, this is the environment where I am. This is how I should now read in this environment. This is why I need to now read here, and not to force the old me that could read every day or read more frequently back at home into this new environment, because it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Let's go to hard truth number 4. Hard truth number 4. Mental overload kills consistency faster than lack of discipline. So most of you in the diaspora think that the problem you're going through is as a result of lack of discipline. You're thinking that the mental overload you're dealing with is because of lack of discipline. No. The mental overload you're dealing with is actually from a place, the mental overload is killing the consistency even more than lack of discipline. Even though you force discipline, mental overload can kill consistency. And relocation brings mental overload, because relocation creates decision fatigue. So even when you want to decide, do I read, do I not read, relocation creates decision fatigue. Relocation creates background anxiety. Do you know the anxiety that comes with relocation? So the last thing you want to do is read. Number 3, relocation creates constant vigilance. You are constantly watching over your time, your children, your work, your job. You are afraid you may lose it. All of this, reading requires excess mental bandwidth, which all of these things I just mentioned now, this overload, will struggle to find, to make it difficult for your brain to find that mental bandwidth in all of the stress. Now, when the brain is full, it rejects anything optional. Yeah. Yes. I need you to heal. I need you to find a space to just say, my dear nervous system, my dear brain, a lot has happened to us since we jabbered. Have that conversation with yourself. I want you to write it down in the comment section. My dear brain, a lot has happened to us since we jabbered. Write it to yourself. Tell it to yourself. Where you are now, speak to yourself. My dear brain, a lot has happened to us since we jabbered, and I understand now. I understand now. I understand now that I was busy trying to use an old identity in a new environment. I understand now. I understand now that you've been on survival mode ever since, and so reading was the last thing you wanted to do. I understand now. My dear brain, a lot has happened to us since we jabbered. Since we jabbered. Write a letter to yourself after now. And just speak to your brain. Speak to your neurological center, your nervous system that, hey, this is what has happened to us. That's why I called it hard truths. Now, let's take us to hard truth number 6. Healing must happen. Healing must happen before habits. Healing happens before habits. If healing doesn't happen, sorry about that. If healing doesn't happen and you try to build habits, it won't stick. It will not stick. You can't build systems on pain. Otherwise, the systems will collapse under pressure. It will collapse under pressure. That's why some of us were so pained and we said things like, they flogged me as a child. I would never beat my child. But we were building such a system on pain, under pressure, that, what I went through, no. But guess what? It collapses. There's a way your child will just behave. You hit the child. And it is you that said you will never do it. The truth is that you cannot build systems on pain and expect them not to collapse. You cannot. You cannot. That's why reading only returns when the brain feels safe again. You have to build that safety first. Resistance is not the enemy. In fact, every time your brain resists reading, you need to understand that it is not the enemy. It is not rebellion. It is communication. Every time your brain is saying, no, that book is too voluminous, don't read it. Every time your brain is saying, leave that book, check WhatsApp. It is not rebellion. It is not resistance. It is communication. Your brain is saying something to you. Your body is saying, I'm overwhelmed. Don't add another demand. This book you're carrying hurts me when I was 7. They locked me up and said I should not go and play because of books. It hurts me. I don't want to read again. Your brain is saying, I've forgotten what happened in medical school. You were forced to read now. Your brain is saying, read again. Remember the last time you read and failed, how your mom and your teachers embarrassed you in public. So right now, the only thing you say about books is I'm too busy to read. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. Oh, I cannot do it. See, every time your brain is telling you those words, say to yourself, this is not rebellion. This is not rejection. This is not resistance. This is communication. It's communication. So stop forcing your brain to keep quiet and not give you that communication. Because guess what? Force increases threat. Threat deepens avoidance. Threat deepens avoidance. Safety is the real reset. The only way to reset and achieve your reading goals in 2026 is to give your brain safety. Heal. Heal your brain. There's a course that we're doing in January, the Healing from Reading Trauma course. Don't say, reading trauma. Is it really real? It is as real as those words you keep on saying, I'm too busy to read. The only reason you're saying those words is because reading hurts you. Because you know the relevance of reading. You know the importance. This year when we began the Book Pages Book of 2026, part of what God laid in my heart to write was the reading restoration letters. That, interestingly, has been one of our masterpieces ever. But we just read it and the room was filled with healing. It was filled with restoration. It was filled with every book binger feeling seen. See, restoration reading after relocation is a lot. It's not about speed. So before you take a speed reading masterclass, heal first. It's not about targets. Even before we taught book bingers the signature speed reading for book bingers, we gave them the reading restoration letters first. Yeah. We taught them speed reading. See, before you start using this skill to read, take these letters first. Get to a place where you're restored. Reading after relocation, it's not about hitting targets, telling yourself, it's 30 pages per day. It's not about deadlines. It's not about finishing in record time. No. It's about you lowering cognitive pressure. That mental pressure happening in your brain, you need to bring it down. It's about you shortening reading exposure. You need to shorten it. Stop first. Leave that reading first. Heal first. Leave that reading first. Heal first. Remove all of the performance expectations. Take them off. Rebuild trust between you and your books. It's time to rebuild it. It's time for you to get calm first. Then consistency can follow. Get calm first. Then consistency can follow. And this is what the Healing from Reading Trauma course is all about. I told you this live today was not going to be long. That course is not about to teach you speed. No. That course is not about to push discipline to you. No. That course is how you teach your brain how to feel safe with reading again. See, when you feel safe, you can drive fast. Can you drive fast when you don't feel safe? When you're not sure that this car can carry you? When they've told you, the mechanic told you this car cannot move beyond this number of speed. You can't do that. But the truth is, when safety returns, reading returns. Write it down. When safety returns, reading returns. When safety returns, reading returns. So it's about safety first, then reading next. Like I said, heal first before habits formation. Heal first. It's like somebody who is addicted to hard drugs. The person cannot say, I want to form a habit of not taking hard drugs. No. The person will have to go through therapy. Will have to go through healing. When the person the person cannot just say, no, from today I form a habit, no more hard drugs. He may start, but he may collapse. Why? That's a habit you're trying to build on pressure, in pain. It won't last. So I want to say to you, if your reading habit didn't relocate with you, it is not gone. It's somewhere waiting. It's waiting for calm. It's waiting for safety. It's waiting for you to take the Healing from Reading Trauma course. It's waiting for you to stop fighting your nervous system. It is waiting for you. Because when the brain feels safe again, reading will definitely return. When the brain feels safe again, reading will definitely return. And yes, this is how you can actually get yourself to the place where your reading can relocate with you, survive with you, return, no matter how long you have lost it. Thank you so much, Diaspora Finance Community, for joining me today. I will see you next week, Friday at 10 a.m. Yes, we have begun. Yes. Fridays at 10 a.m. we will keep meeting. So if you know, of course, I know that most of you is your work time, so you can always catch replay, yes? And then if you know someone who should be the Diaspora Finance Community, spread the word. Tell them the truth that, hey, there's a place where you can actually master confidence in the diaspora step by step. And yes, not just confidence, but confidence smartness. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember that we go live at 1 p.m. today. And interestingly, we're having an amazing conversation today. By 1 p.m., we'll be talking about why you should not read rushed. Okay, rushed reading causes about 5 brain blocks, shocking 5 brain blocks that you never thought about, you never have heard of before. So at 1 p.m. West African time, if it's your break time anywhere in the world, then lock it down. 1 p.m. West African time, be here. That live is open to everybody, so share the live with everybody that should be here with us at 1 p.m. Let's talk about reading while rushed and how it triggers 5 brain blocks. If you only read when you are rushing, then there are about 5 brain blocks that are happening to you. This live is for you by 1 p.m. today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you next week Friday at 10 a.m. for the That's Confidence community. You have questions, you need to find out some things, we can talk some more in the community. Otherwise, leave your comments in the comment section. I would love to have a conversation with you here in the community here on YouTube, as well in our community on WhatsApp. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you on Friday at 10 a.m. next week, and then today at 1 p.m. for the Smart Short Break series. I'll see you. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Happy New Year once again. This is the Smart World.